All right, welcome everybody. Yeah, just restart the live stream. Welcome everybody. Today we are doing Team Senzu versus Team Fortune. So first head is Wesker, as you guys saw. We're doing Team Senzu on Killer, Team Fortune on Survivor. So we got breaking main door is always a good idea. And we're just checking the spawn area just to see where everybody is. See if we can get an early chase, early down maybe if we're lucky. But it doesn't seem we can find anybody. Some scratchies on that locker though, so we're checking this area. And in fact, we do find somebody stealthing behind because he figured out with those scratchies that they were rotating from here. And this is where they were. So we're going for a main chase, one singular dash to cut off access to that pallet. Very impressive, but the window there is going to save them from that hit. And they're going to rotate 11 on the clock to... They didn't invite you? Oh my god.
No.
Okay, just capture, go to my YouTube live stream and then capture that. Just watch that on the stream.
Alright. You looking puppy on
Alright, guys. The first hit coming in, and we get the lucky throw, which is better for positioning. The main pallet's going to get thrown early, which is very good for the killer, depending on how he plays this. They're rotating to the non-corrupted gens, which is interesting. Scratchy show there is another person here actively working it. Is it whether it's a miscommunication or not? We can't tell. But for now, we're going to focus this chase. We get the early down. That's going to save us. That's going to save the killers so well. They're applying eruption to the gen. Give me just a sec. And the first hook, we're getting a Scourge value. First hook on team... I put Q. First hook for teams... Oops. Hold on. First hook for Team Senzu coming in clutch. The generator is 75, but applying eruption may save them from this. Just protecting our hook, and we found the person that was lurking for the save, but unfortunately they were sprint bursts, so that does save them. We get the hit with the Ouroboros. Very good stuff. Now either he's gonna commit and he's gonna get the hook, or he's gonna stay near his hook. Looks like he's just controlling. He's trying to put up pressure by controlling the generators, creating dead zones. He's pressuring the injured survivors, so somebody else has to rotate for the save. Very impressive. The survivors do get a gen done. Team Fortune gets the gen done. They double up for the save, which is unfortunate. He's either going to tunnel or go for the pain res, and it looks like he wants that pain res value due to the high progress on the gens. And they get the save, the failed crouch check. Crouch tech, excuse me. Leading to our second hook of the day for Team Senzu. This is quite the start. Only one gen has popped and the other just got eruptioned. And pain resed, most likely. So now we're checking the gen area. It seems like we see somebody in shack. We're going for the fake out hit. And we get the vault on the pallet. This could be a hit depending on how they rotate. Looks like they rotate properly and they avoid the hit. But they are injured, fully infected by Ouroboros, so this could be dangerous to them due to that 4% hindrance. It could be a lot more than you think. And he gets the hug tech, which leads to the third hook for Team Senzu. The early hug tech is going to cost this team so greatly. It's like we're not opting for the Scourge, but that's just fine because the double reset right under the hook is noticed by our killer. He goes for the fresh hook. Looks like he wants some pain res value, if anything, but they do get the stun out, but it costs them a hit. Losing some of that speed boost, that's so essential. Okay, good. Thank you. Anyways, making that essential. Looks like our survivors are just playing it slow, going for the reset. They opt to double up on this gen, most likely a high priority gen for them. Scratch that, they're going for the reset, but this player gets downed. I'm so sorry for looking at the other side. This player goes down, and that's more pressure for Team Senzu. Excuse me, wrong number. That is hook number 4 for Team Senzu. Looks like they're playing it slow right now. They need that reset value, and they almost have it. Injured is sticking main, fully infected. Very interesting. Now they're not using the Uro spray or going for the unhook because they are fully infected, and that 4% hindrance could be the difference between a hit and a safe pallet. So how they play this, very important. Looks like our killer is deciding to proxy the area, which is good. There is a lot of generators in this area of high value for Wesker. We're just holding the area right now, making sure nobody on the backside from the reset potentially rotates, and making sure the excuse me. So they're gonna pop main. They're popping main. Whoa, that is a lot. Popping main. Now they decide to spray because there's no reason for the Wesker to go over there unless they want it. They're spraying right in the line of sight because they really need the save right now. They get the lucky throw, but they had somebody else waiting for that unhook. They decide to split up as they should, and it looks like we're committing Claudette, which I guess it works because he gets the hook. Hook number 5 for Mastermind. He is in quite the good position right now, I argue. He's in a very good position right now. 5 hooks, 2 gens. And somebody's already on dead hook. That's very valuable to the Wesker. So long as the generators don't fly, depending on if they focus generators or not, which they seem to be resetting right now while the third just pressures, he could very well get this K out of the game. As long, if he stays in the area, he sees that potential trade, or even a safe unhook could be very dangerous, depending on how it's played by the survivors. So it looks like they are just lurking the area, waiting for that one Wesker move where he decides to check on the gen. They're waiting just for that one moment so they can go for the save. This could be
on the Wesker right now.
I believe assist is on Wesker. Team Senzu, one of Team Senzu's players, very proficient in most, if not all, killers. Looks like he's just going to confirm that K, which is a very good strategy. He's deciding to check on the gen, which could be when the survivors decide to unhook. And as I'm correct, they decide to unhook, but unfortunately it's not going to be free. It's going to go for the trade. It seems Wesker, he goes for the pick. Hook number 6 for Wesker. Hook number 6. Now it seems he's going to check on that Claudette he just injured for death hook. And he finds them. Flawlessly finds the Claudette. And now he's going to go for the tunnel. This is a lot of pressure for Team Fortune to come back from. It seems right now they're focused on just playing for objective. They want to get that they want that 4K1, it seems. If anything, 3K1 if they play perfectly from here on out. But the Wesker just is putting the pressure on the Claudette, taking her right to corner. Or she's sending him to corner. But it seems he's playing to get her in the corner, so they're going to have to really stretch themselves thin for that unhook, which they just got. They get the unhook, 4K1, but the Claudette is dead. This is going to put the pressure on Team Fortune to get that last gen pop. They don't have they have sort of a 3 gen going, if not a 4 gen, but I believe they have one more that they 99'd. Yep, they go for the reset at chicken wing. Claudette's down, and Yui is stealthing. So we're just looking around for survivors, seeing what we can find. He's likely going to assume that there's a reset going on. It looks like they're 99ing the reset just for that extra time, that extra doubt in Wesker's mind. They have to slowly rotate. They have to stealth around main because that's where the reset is when Wesker hits that gen. So Wesker's just applying his eruptions while they reset.
Team Senzu has this in the bag.
Team Senzu could very well take this home for the first half of this set. Team Senzu.
First set, yeah.
No matter what, Team Senzu is in quite the comfortable position. It's just taking all the leeway you can get. As many hook stages as possible, the more the merrier. We go for the pallet vault just to likely confuse the player. It seems that this is the only healthy survivor. But despite the reset pops through, 2 gens left, holding the 4 gen. We're going to opt to chase this, just with some more pressure. He gets the lucky throw again. This Wesker knows exactly how far you need to be to get the throw. And he's done it at least 3 times this match already, where he's gotten the point-blank throw, thanks to that Beetle add-on. Looks like the Yui was out of rotation. The Wesker forced her out of rotation, popping the eruption from the down. So team, apologies for not updating, but Team Senzu is at 8 hooks out of 12. Now, the idea is to find a Zarina here, but Laura gets found first. We could pressure Laura for a bit, then rotate back to catch Zarina going for the unhook, or we could just hard focus Laura. Either way, Team Senzu is in a very comfortable spot right now. Laura, as spoken, Zarina goes for the unhook. Laura goes right back to her gen because Wesker's going to pressure that unhook. Catches them rotating. Unfortunately, the sprint burst is going to put Yui in quite the favorable position compared to him. So we opt to go for Zarina instead. Both very good options, the only difference being a hit or an unhook. The only odd thing being healthy or injured, apologies. So we're committing this chase just to get that confirmed 2k, potentially 3k. Oh, scratch that. We're going for Laura to pressure those gens. The eruption value here will be great for that gen. That is about 75% of the way done. So we're going to chase Laura. Potentially, so that they have to worry about unhooking. They could just play for objective though. They very well could if we get the unfortunate Wesker bump while mid-survivor ball. So we just decide to play this jungle gym against Laura. Laura decides to rotate back to the generators, which is strange. And it seems to be, she seems to decide to do that just because they're resetting on bottom side. So she decides to take the chase top, despite the fact that top is growing deader and deader. This could be an end for Laura, and it is, with the Euro bend taking her right into the hill to save just as that extra fraction of a second of time from our killer. So this killer is in a very comfortable position right now. 9 hooks, 1 out. Everybody's on dead hook. No matter who he finds, that will be a good chase option. So long as the other two don't just hard focus objective, which seems to be on the table now. It looks like they want to play for the unhook. They don't want to play for objective. They are confident that they can get at least... they are confident they can get a 4k3 by the... But just by the fact that... Okay, so they... One decides to play for objective, the other goes for the unhook. And Wesker is sitting on top of that unhook. It seems the option for chase here will be Laura just to get that tunnel out with that 1 less health state that he already instantly took away from him. That being the endurance status effect from the unhook. Looks like he's just checking the gen from afar, seeing if there's somebody on it, which he does indeed spot somebody on that gen. Very well played from our killer here. So we decide that, yeah, we are going to go for this. We are going to go for this Yui. Unfortunate whiff from our killer side. But he makes up for it with the insane Euro bend. The insane Euro bend that gets him the hit. The more favorable hit because it starts the infection and it just puts the survivor a little bit out of rotation. And he easily gets that, making this likely a 4k2, or if the survivors have a long enough chase, a 4k1. And that looks like a 4k1 is on the table for this team. And they decide they're going to go for the shack for the reset. One's going basement, the other's playing for locker. We got the head on quick and quiet. They just barely are out of range. The Wesker doesn't seem to know about the shack head on, but they get out right when he looks back, which is unfortunate. They get the stun, but not without a hit. So they lose a tiny bit of distance, but I suppose they'll make back for it with the shack break. But the dashers are just putting Wesker in the position, cutting them off from the jungle gym that they so desperately need right now, giving Wesker the free hit in the 4K. That's 11 stages. He's going to slug for the 4K. A perfectly respectable decision in this scene. Seems he has an idea of where Laura is. Yep, he has eyes on Laura. And he's going to get that 4K. That is GG's for Team Senzu. A 4K1 is very good for Team Senzu. They just have to perform on the survivor side. And unfortunately, I will need to take a step back for just a second between matches because we have had some technical difficulties that I will resolve right after. That is GG's from Team Senzu. Very, Explosive start for Team Senzu. 11 hooks, and I apologize deeply for not updating the gens. 11 hooks, 4 gens for the survivors. Team Senzu taking the dub on this first round for sure. Alright, so we're gonna... Okay, very good. GG's Team Fortune. The Team Senzu takes that forward. Now, as long as the survivors perform, they just need to repair all 5 generators, and they'll get the dub for round 1. Very impressive stuff. Anyways, we'll be right back because I need to fix something real quick, and we'll commentate in. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Very good round from Team Senzu. They got the plays. The killer was on point, knowing exactly what they needed to do and when. That was very impressive. Do you have any thoughts, Uni?
I thought it was pretty good.
I accidentally opened
Our
Team's
teammate
name.
assist is very good. He's really good. He's played a very long time. So if I
It's
but
you're
he's
on the
played
wrong you're on the
for a long
wrong
time, so-
scene. You're on the wrong scene. It's your game.
Oh, okay. What you want me to put intermission?
Yeah, intermission between rounds always.
Hold on, wait. I gotta fix one thing. I gotta get rid of this display capture. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
While we wait for the setup, wait for the invites, I'm going to put the score. Text. Score 1, Team Senzu, 4K1. Set the color to black on white.
Cool. Got it. Ooh.
I will fix in just a sec. There we
What
go.
are you fixing?
I had to fix the text for my score.
There you go. He invited me now.
Yep.
All right. So as we were saying,
Team Senzu getting the 4K1. That is a very good result for them. Now, the survivor team just needs to complete all 5 generators, and they take the W. It doesn't matter how many hook states, so long as they complete 5 generators. Even if they get no outs after the 5th generator, that's going to be a win for them. So now while we wait for setup, teams are getting their perks ready. Do you have any notes about that last round, Uni, our second commentator?
it's been for as much as I've seen, without the technical difficulties at first. I mean, Assist's doing an amazing job. So
Assist
far.
did play killer very, very well. He has a lot of hours, and he's really proficient in pretty much every killer in the game, with a specialty on Blight, which we will see in round 2, I'm sure. Likely. They
Today
could
I will
swap
be
it up.
I will be playing the tiebreaker Oni if we get to tiebreaker.
Yeah, Oni, if we get to tiebreaker, Uni's on Oni, so it'll just be me spectating.
Yes. I won't show my gameplay on stream.
I mean, you can, but I'll be
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
spectate, commentate. You can, yeah. I won't stop you. Let me get the right thing. Team Senzu with the 4K one. Unfortunately, no, I don't need to fix that. Apologies for the kind of leak there. Okay.
Okay. Oh, they got Krell.
Properties.
Krell, Bubby, and D. D is a very good.
Oh,
very,
you
very
don't
good
don't
survivor.
say you're not. Don't say stuff like their roster until you're in the game. That's a major no.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, start sending the
Yeah.
stream to like as many people as you can.
Okay. Can they hear me right now or no?
YouTube, yeah.
Mute up for a second.
All right, guys.
And they're back.
It's another small technical issue we had to fix real quick. Anyways, getting back into the round, back into the intermission. As we were saying, assist with the incredible performance on Wesker.
Okay. Don't need to get a little close to that mic there, buddy. This is not one of your late night talks.
I am not close to the mic. At least I didn't get close when I have been. If any,
you came up with close.
here I'll be right back. You keep talking to chat.
Yeah, he kept on trying to serenade me with his sultry talks. That sounds sick. But I am pretty excited to keep watching our matches that we have for today.
Yep, very excited to see the rest of the matches we have in store tonight. After that great start.
And I wish I was able to get some practice matches before this because seeing as it is, these other survivors are also very good.
Yeah, the tiebreaker warm up would have been nice, but you know we ball. What can you do?
I'll free ball it.
All right, we're
I'll
getting
figure it out.
into the second match. You feel free to swap scenes back to them. Oh, never mind, not yet, not yet. Wait till it goes to the loading. Wait till it goes to loading. Apologies. This is our first time doing this, so there are going to some issues are expected.
When it's loading offerings or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do it now. All right, guys, getting in the second round. 12 hooks on Team Sensu's board, but only 4 generators on Team Fortune. Team Sensu is going to have to play really well to tie that, but I do have faith in them. Not to be biased right there.
Well, let me add some. I'm gonna add hooks and stuff.
Yep.
There's one big zero. No.
Yeah, your stream's running great now, by the way. You just had your
I know.
settings up way too. You're so confident. I love it.
God, I am stupid. I accidentally put Jen's or Hook's Senzu next to the Jen's, and
Rip. Well, as long as you fix it quickly, it shouldn't make that much of a difference.
we're still loading in.
Yeah. Watch your language. This is a family.
This is Dead
friendly.
by Daylight. This is
Dead by Daylight.
This is Dead by Daylight.
Team versus team.
They don't get a capital. They just get fortune.
Because I was updating it as the match went on. So, but if you want to just do it after the match, that's also fine.
Yeah,
'Cause it'll still give people the
updating
information
it,
they need.
actually, because at the end it was.
At the
the
end, I
wrong
forgot the generators. But yeah. All right, we are in. Looks like we have well, we got this queue up on Survivor. They are spawning. Looks like they are spawning Shack side. Killer on main. Oh yeah, make sure you're watching the chase most of the time. Only check in when you're not sure what the survivors are doing. If you needed to know that. You saw how I did it last match, so just try and do it like that. So, anyways,
Yeah.
we have Alacrity. Apologies if I botched that. On Killer, looking for where the survivors spawn, just trying to see if they can find any survivors out of rotation. The scratch marks for a split second over there. I'm not sure if he saw them or not, but it looks like I would have to say yes, he did, because he is checking this side. A few more scratch marks, but having an unfortunate time catching survivors rotating. But he catches the survivor on the gen. This should give him the info that the survivors have successfully rotated. And it seems he wants to just protect his generators, make sure any stranglers can't rotate it. Anything like that. We're applying Eruption early for that later investment value. If we see a survivor rotating away from main, so we're going to break wall on main. And it looks like we're going to go for them. It seems the survivors are well aware when they're spotted, and they're rotating to Shack side in order to take the killer away from the generators, which is exactly what's going to happen here. Survivors are just trying to keep that the killer away from those gens so they can get started on them. They want that early progress. So it looks like first chase is going to be Shack with assist. We're going to loop short side, pre-dropping the pallet to avoid the hit. Very good from our side. Or excuse me, very good for the survivor side. We're going to break that pallet. No zoning, so we're going to Shack. Just barely missing that. An insane miss. Wesker's hitbox is really wide, so usually shots like that hit. But it's crazy that a shot like that would miss. Unfortunately, we don't have the second bound up, so we only get the one dash. Looks like we're leaving Shack just so we can keep putting some more pressure on those gens. Looks like we got 50% of the way done, but that's the one Wesker's going to put pressure on, likely applying Eruption. Yep, we're applying Eruption to that gen. Closer to 75% actually. Apologies for the confusion. And we're going to chase Ace, who's out of rotation, doesn't get the pallet drop. But we're going to main. Very strong place to loop, but right now the hot spot is we're breaking bad door. Not quite sure why, but I'll see. I'll respect the vision. We're right back on that gen. Oh, the attempted hug tech, but it unfortunately did not work out for the killer.
I believe to hug tech you have to look directly down, but I think they were looking a little too high up. And
It could potentially be that. A lot of hug tech is just up to how the game's feeling, you know? If it feels like giving it to them. The survivor doesn't go for the window like the Wesker thought they would, which gives them the safety to go back to main valve. Team Senzu gets one gen down, thanks to his performance. But he gets the hit finally. Team Senzu unfortunately misses a skill check.
I do not believe I've met XR before, unless they've changed the name and I have.
That's assist.
That's assist? Oh, he changes the name.
Yeah. Looks like we're just... Oh, the miss! The ping difference is crazy. It looks like now that Corrupt is gone, we're keeping... Now that Corrupt Intervention is gone, they likely want to pop the 3-gen at bottom, so they're keeping Wesker top. A very impressive start for the Survivor team. They seem to know what we're doing, but unfortunately, the killer gets the down. The killer, The killer decides to slug for a second just to see if there's any survivors nearby, maybe for the save on pallet, or maybe just checking the generators. Who can say for sure?
Someone at that middle area.
Yep, there is somebody waiting for the pallet save. Unfortunately, I don't think they make it. Yep, they don't make it, so the killer gets his first hook on a pain res. Unfortunately, for the second...
Background player?
Sorry?
I said if we were allowed to use background player, that would have made it.
Yep, background player or the sprint burst player. Background player, if it was loud, or sprint burst. It would have
or had it
worked if they were there. Yeah. Looks like the Wesker's going to apply right into that 3-gen just to make sure at least one of them can't pop while he's in chase. He spots the scratchies from somebody, and he's going to use that to chase the ace. He had a chase with Ace earlier, and Ace did get away from it scot-free. But Ace is going to rotate top just so the survivors can keep working on that bottom 3-gen, which is exactly what they... No, they seem to be resetting. My apologies. Ooh, the Claudette goes to the pallet, but the pallet's already gone. Wesker pressuring the Claudette. Just barely missing that hit. Looks like Claudette wants to rotate top. They all want to take chase top so they can pop 3-gen at bottom, but Wesker just isn't allowing it. He is hard staying bottom to protect his 3-gen. Fiverr team has done an excellent job at breaking top 3-gen. Now all they have to worry about is bottom. They check shack. They just listen to see if they can hear it. They don't hear it, so they move on. And they hear some progress on this gen, so they're going to check it out. No eruption, which is interesting that they did it to the first, but not the other. But the team is right back on that 3-gen. They are keeping the pressure up on this Wesker, making sure that they can get this 3-gen in. They get the drop, which is very good for them. Wesker tries something, but it doesn't quite work out for him. He's going to go for the hit here, but he's struggling to just secure... Struggling to secure any pressure. The survivors stealth and rotate away from the generators he wants to keep in the proper way. Just keep putting pressure onto the gens while all chases go to top. He can't commit to a survivor because they are just hard taking chase top, but he needs to eventually, which seems to be what he's doing. The insane dodge from Krell, the insane dodge leads Wesker to leave the chase because he doesn't want to chase main. Oh, they pop the 3-gen. This is very not good for Wesker.
Kind of solidified Senzu's. I don't.
The game just got a flip. Yeah, we can't. We shouldn't be calling anything too early or making speculation, but Team Senzu does just have to keep doing what they're doing. Keep taking top chases where they want chases to be, forcing Wesker to commit eventually, while pressuring the gens. Very good stuff from them.
I've seen
Ace goes down, giving Wesker the eruption under the pallet, but he's going to check to see if there's any pallet savers, just like last time. We have a pallet saver! He goes in for the save! He gets the pallet save! An insane play from Team Senzu! Oh my god! Wesker opts to break the pallet just to make sure he doesn't... Oh, fuck. Just to make sure that they can't... Yeah. Or a first time for everything, to be fair. But Wesker has to take Chase Shack. Pallet still is up. One mistake from Ace is all it will take, but it doesn't seem that they're going to give him that opportunity. With that great double back from Team Senzu. An insane double back, keeping the pressure up, but the window's blocked now, so Pallet's going to have to come down. And he gets the stun too with the blind. This Wesker is not having a good time. One hook, 2 gens pop. This is not looking good for him. A very impressive performance from Team Senzu. It might be wraps for Wesker, but we can't call anything too early. A few chains of mistakes is all it will take from Team Senzu to get this dub. Looks like they have this last gen is 75% with the main just now popping. It looks like Team Senzu has this in the bag. Team Senzu takes the W. Team Senzu takes the W for round 1 against Wesker. An insane...
Ooh, this is another hook for the visitors.
Oh, pardon me. I have a bit of a issue. It doesn't matter, though, because Team Senzu has already met the win condition for this round since they got all 5 generators, as opposed to Team Fortune only getting 1. I fucked it up again. God damn it.
What'd you do?
I put the gens on the wrong side. And in an absolutely unbelievable performance from Team Sensu, getting the 3 out, 3 hook stages. That was an unbelievable performance right there. Team Sensu takes the dub for round 1, moving on to round 2 versus the Blight. Now, Team Sensu, they did perform very, very well.
They did.
They did perform very well, but Wesker was... Let me just fix this real quick. 3 out. And I'm going, while I update the score and reset everything. So you need to make sure your scores are set back to 0. You can put the scores up on intermission, but make sure they are 0 on, the actual game, so we can keeping track in live time.
Yeah.
Oops.
So round 1 goes to Team Sensu.
Round 1 goes to Team Sensu, knocking it out of the park with their performance against Wesker.
As killer, we did pretty good. I'm gonna say we because
we had an insane performance as killer and against killer for Wesker. But Wesker was
a very good job on Survivor.
Wesker was the killer that Team Sensu has practiced against the most. Give me just a moment to update this.
We practiced against the owner the most.
No, we did not. All right, an insane performance. While we set up for round 2, do you have any comments you'd like to share about that match?
I think as a killer main and longtime player of this game, I really think that
Swap to spectator, by the way.
Over there is that their killer, what was his name? Whatever was the Wesker.
Team Fortune's Wesker.
Team Fortune's Wesker could have maybe tried to solidify and practice maybe in pubs or even against other people, sometimes in pubs, just to practice their hugging techs against others, because they just couldn't seem to hit a lot of hugs. And to practice a little bit more around those loops, and because they were kind of like, instead of breaking the pallet, they were just trying to make them like kind of hop over, but breaking the pallet would have just made them move on.
I can see what you're saying, and I can reword it for you a little bit better. Unfortunately, the Wesker missing a few hug techs. Some of hug tech is skill, but a lot of it comes down to chance. The higher FPS you have, the harder it is to get those hug techs, and this Wesker just couldn't pull one off. That one hug tech that they missed in main really cost them that first long chase leading to the down. Now, they did get the pain res, but as soon as Corrupt was gone, the Survivor team was thinking, everybody rotate bottom, hard pressure to the 3-gen, anytime somebody gets chased, go top. And unfortunately for the Wesker, though he wanted to hold that 3-gen as much as he could, he just unfortunately couldn't do it because he had to commit to somebody eventually, due to the fact that they will all just hard rotate top, keeping the resources they have bottom, even willingly taking hits on a few occasions just so they get that speed boost to get to top and save those resources for when it mattered, which worked out in their favor, getting them the W.
So, in short, if you want to play Wesker, get a worse PC and a worse monitor so you can hit hug techs easily.
Yeah, if you want those hug techs, you're going to need to drop that FPS. Here, Uni, I'm going to message you privately.
Take that resolution all the way up. Bring your FPS straight in that garbage can, buddy.
So moving on to round 2, we're going to have the Blight. Now, Team Blight is one of Team Sensu's strongest killers. And we have an AK, well, I shouldn't say that actually. We have one of our strongest killers is Blight. So this could look good for Team Sensu. We could avoid the tiebreaker altogether if this is played well, but it all comes down to those ifs. We are moving on to Suffo Pit, which is a much harder map for Killer than Coal Tower, due to the fact that we're just playing Blight. We also have so many more perks on the table for survivors. So if we slug the wrong person or tunnel the wrong person, it could work out for the survivors. It seems we'll actually again, this is our first time. We just gotta pay a little bit more attention. I was about to say who's playing first, but we'll save that till intermission is done, because right now they're setting up, getting their builds and perks ready. But an overall, an amazing performance from Team Sensu round 1. Let's see if they can keep up that energy for round 2, or if we need to move on to the tiebreaker Oni round.
Hoping we can move on to the tiebreaker Oni round, so I'm able to play some. I want to get into this mess, but it would be great if we could also end it off on round 2, so we don't have the chance of losing.
I couldn't have said it better myself, unintelligible. Now, let's...
Thank you for saying my full legal username.
Okay, buddy.
Call me Uni. You have nicknames, buddy.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Come on, it's my first time.
I could tell.
As now we're loading into round 2. The Killer.
Wait. Badawang.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. What do you mean don't say that?
I just texted you, buddy. Or you meted up to talk about it.
Blah, 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 blah.
Maybe that one's not as bad, but, you know, we're figuring it out. Anyways, moving on to round 2.
Sorry, as I stepped in one of Trapper's traps.
No, not the Trapper Trap. IRL, your leg is gone, buddy.
Oh, it's actually not that bad. It's actually just called a hair clip.
True, that is basically Trapper in Dead by Daylight against the right team. Yeah, he puts hairpins all over the floor. Or Legos.
I don't have hairpins.
Anyways.
Vlog.
Oh, it appeared.
Oh,
We had an issue selecting the map.
Oh.
The team made a fucking mistake. No, I'm just playing. They unfortunately selected the incorrect map, so we're going to have to take another minute.
Holy shit. Oh my god, I gotta take a look at my blood points. You guys can't see it. Hold on. 67.
6, 7. So we shouldn't have that long of an intermission. All we need to do is change maps and then load back in.
Mute up for a sec.
Okay. Give me just a sec.
Yeah, okay. So what?
Okay,
Who wasn't
just come.
host? Killer wasn't host?
Wait. Bet. All right, guys, just had to confirm what happened. The killer wasn't hosting, and the killer hadn't set the map, so they decided to rehost real quick. Shouldn't be that much longer now, as the builds were already all made and everything like that. Anyways. But for that last round, Team Fortune's Wesker was just having trouble putting the pressure up, holding it down. They had that slow first chase, and they just couldn't hold that 3-gen due to the excellent rotation from Team Senzu, giving them the dub for round 1. This could be a hard time for Team Fortune because Blight is one of Team Sensu's best killers, if not Team Sensu's best killer, depending on how you look at it. So we'll see how that goes in just a moment or two.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Indubitably. Well,
there we go. That works.
Oh, golly goo.
Buddy, you have a mute button.
I do? I don't have a hotkey for it. I didn't have time. That thing wanted out.
You're nasty, bro.
I'm not nasty.
Lock in.
You're telling me to lock in. Why are you streaming on your personal account?
I did not unlock access to streaming in time on Team Sensu's official YouTube, youtube.com/Team
Not
Sensu.
unlock it.
I don't know. It just locked me out for 24 hours. And I didn't notice till like 7:10 yesterday, so I didn't have the time to start stream there.
It's till 7:10 yesterday? What are you talking about?
24 hours, 7:10 yesterday. We started at 7 today. I did not have time to start on the official YouTube, but I will be uploading it.
You had all of this morning.
I was practicing all of this morning. What do you mean? That's not going to make... Yeah, I had all this morning. That's why I was down to 10 minutes instead of 24 hours. What do you mean? Okay.
Practicing.
Yeah. Okay, anyways. Team Senzu loading in... Excuse me. Team Senzu and Team Fortune loading in right now. We're moving on from that. Shut up. We're moving on. Team Fortune loading in with Team Senzu.
I've seen better commentating at the 1920 New Year's Eve. Rabble.
Oh! Team Fortune has to put up a very... Rabble, wagga. Yeah, that's it. All right, Team Senzu loading in Shack side of Suffo Pit. Blight instantly rushing in, most likely knowing where they spawn, trying to see if they can catch anybody out of rotation, trying to get to that other side to get started.
Eddie's skin.
Sorry?
Is this guy using the Eddie's skin? I believe he is for the play.
Yeah, I believe he is too, which is fire. But let's focus on the game at hand. Looks like he just barely spots somebody over there, trying to seem like he didn't, but in reality, he knows exactly where they were. So he catches them. This could be an early down for Team Fortune. Oh, but this slide. But they still get the hit anyway, so it doesn't matter. Team Fortune does get some, but they lose the hit. And Team Fortune unable to position to get the hit, so they just try and break the pallet while the survivors rotating, trying to maybe zone them away from Shack, which is a little easier said than done, but they managed to pull... Ooh, perhaps I spoke too soon. Looks like the first down is coming in about 30. Oh, the whiff! That's going to cost them a lot of time. That's going to give Team Senzu the upper hand because they make it to the pallet. So Team Senzu can just keep them down here. Team Fortune realizes that this may be a lost cause, and they just focus on pressuring gens, trying to keep the 3-gen up and running. Looks like they find Team Senzu. Team Senzu goes for the reset. It looks like they're working 11 hillside, while the gen he just kicked for eruption. They're hoping to get some Call of Brine value, but unfortunately they were stealthing around that gen, so there's not going to be much value from that perk. It looks like most of the value is coming from eruption. Now, the two that were resetting bottom side are rotating top, but the Blight might have seen the UI and might have assumed they didn't have the time to fully rotate, so they're still back there. And it seems like that's what he's thinking as he comes back. Seems to spot one of their scratch marks. No, actually. He spots somebody on a generator, which is not good for Team Senzu. This could go very well for Team Fortune, but Team Senzu, they're just really... despite the fact that they're on Blight, they're having trouble getting that first down. They have one or two extra bumps, and just barely whiffed that hit. These whiffs are going to cost them so much. Every whiff costs them more and more time. Unfortunately, the pallet's gone, so this time it wasn't that much of a penalty. And Team Senzu struggling to find any pallets that haven't been thrown, unfortunately, so they're going to have to play Shaq if they even can. No, they get the first down.
Nice hit.
The first down was unfortunately so late that maybe one or two generators, it looks like just one generator is going to pop. But that's very good for Team Senzu. They get a generator popped top, or excuse me, let me check what side. It's like top side.
Trade-off is 1 gen, 1 hook. So
Yep, 1 gen for 1 hook.
that could be, if it keeps on going this way where it's 1 gen, 1 hook each trade-off.
That would be very good, but that doesn't seem likely because they go right for the pull. Potentially a deliverance play, but we can't say for sure. But actually, yes, we can. It was indeed a deliverance play. XRV4. Deliverance, whenever the person that's with Deliverance saves a survivor from a hook, they gain the ability to unhook themselves at the cost of being broken for about 40 or so seconds. The decisive strike coming in with the flashbang. An insane play from Team Senzu. It just can't win. If the Blight goes for Deliverance, they're going to unhook themselves. If the Blight goes for Decisive, he's going to waste time, which is exactly what happened, giving them the opportunity to get high progress on one of the gems. Team Fortune is in a rougher spot right now. It could be worse, but it could be better for Team Fortune. They got that unfortunate decisive Deliverance no-win situation. They're going to try and make up for it by hard pressuring whatever gen they might think is popping, which they go to the right one. They see Ada and Jake. Potentially predicting Deliverance, they're not going for Jake, or they could just not be interested after a rough chase. Who knows? But Jake is going to keep the pressure up, knowing that Jake knows the Blight doesn't want to fully commit to Jake. So he keeps the pressure up with the unhooks and the saves. He forces the down, but unfortunately that gives Eruption and Infectious Fright to the Blight, giving him a lot of information all at once. He sees the survivor thanks to Eruption. He decides to change his mind due to the poor, out of rotation, dead hook. The dead hook could cost a lot for Team Fortune. He's hard focusing the dead hook, just so he can get that 3 out, making this much more harder. But Team Senzu won't give up that death without a fight. Team Fortune goes for the early hit on the claw just to avoid the body blow, which is going to keep the pressure up in the later game, if he can get the down relatively quickly on this dead hook survivor, which seems to be struggling to do because the survivor has all of main untouched to work with. Despite the fact they seem to be leaving main, but they get the pallet drop, keeping them safe. It seems the survivors want to pop top, so the chase is rotating bottom. There's not many assets have been used so far, but they get the down. Unfortunately, I looked away right for the infectious, so I can't tell.
Ooh, nobody will come get the save for him. Sadly.
Nobody goes for the save. So that's going to be a dead hook survivor at 2 gens. But still, a very, very solid position for Team Senzu to be in. They can still keep up the pressure due to the incredible gen spread they've left themselves. It's, if I'm not mistaken, the 4 corners of the map have been left up. So Team Senzu are likely going to prioritize that middle one, if not just whatever gens they're closest to work on.
So far, it has actually been one hook per gen. So
you're not wrong. You're not actually wrong.
If it keeps going like this would be a win for Senzu. But again, things can change, especially this part. This is a really
bad palette for I believe Ada, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. A bad palette for Ada beyond. They unfortunately take the hit and use up the palette, which is not good for them. Very unfortunate for them. But the Blight might struggle to get the hit here. He does indeed whiff, which gives the Ada just enough distance to make it to the next jungle gym, dropping the pallet for some safety. 2 jungle gyms right next to each other are going to give this Ada enough to work with to last around 30 more seconds if they play really well. Team Senzu appropriately splitting up on gems on two literal opposite sides of the map, just for that extra pressure. The Ada taking on a very impressive chase with the whiff, giving the Ada time to make it to the pallet. That whiff is gonna cost the Blight so much. So much, in fact, that he decides to leave the Ada in favor of pressuring the gens. A smart call from him, but that down would have helped so much. It would have given eruption to the appropriate generators. But unfortunately, he just barely mistimed it. But he's going to pressure the survivor, working on the shot gen. Despite them, they're all fresh hook right now. And he whiffs again with the basement play. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
It was okay.
Team Senzu is playing out of their mind.
Oh my god.
The Blight is in a very hard position to come back from.
As a Villain, I have played Blight a couple times, and that going down anything, you can't look it straight down, I believe. So
Yeah, it makes the crouch check.
so hard to
It makes the crouch check so much harder to avoid, if not unavoidable. You'd have to play quite literally perfectly to get the hit there, which is insane, unbelievable game knowledge from our survivors. Now, this survivor's just gonna take it safe. They're just gonna take their time, get the resources they need, and if the Blight commits, the gen's gonna pop. If he doesn't commit, which he has chosen to do, he's going to lose a gen. And he doesn't see the sprint burst coming, which causes him to whiff once again. Team Senzu popping the hell off, with the Blight unable to get any form of pressure on the board. Though he does unfortunately find a Deliverance player, which at this point he may need to commit to. Another whiff from the Blight. This Blight's gonna need to commit Deliverance, which is gonna cost him at least 2 stages, if not a 3-out 1 stage on this Deliverance player.
Ooh, Bloodlust. Oh my god, Bloodlust just gone like that.
Bloodlust completely gone from that long chase, which could be the make or break on Blight. It's very hard to loop a Blight, but Team Senzu is doing an amazing job. With another whiff, this Blight is just not having a good time right now. He can't get any pressure on the board. Because at the very least with injuries, it could force a few survivors to reset. But this Ada has a medkit, so they very well could just reset themselves.
I think this.
There we go. The Blight finally gets it down. He does get eruption value, and it looks like he's going to slug due to the aura. He can see them finishing that gen. That's pretty much about 75-80% done. But the other generator on the complete opposite side of the map is going to pop. This could be a 2k for Blight, maybe a 3k, but it seems like he's going to commit to the Deliverance player, making this a potential 3-out on a Blight. An insane, unbelievable result. Oh, this isn't Deliverance player. My apologies.
Let's see if they will go for the save.
They make the Blight whiff, and they leave. The other survivor's gonna either open a gate or come for the save. Looks like they're just playing.
They might be going for the save.
The Blight seems to be committing to the Jake Park, unknowing to them that the Jake Park has the perk Deliverance and Unbreakable. If he leaves Jake Park slugged, he'll pick himself right back up. If he commits the Jake and he hooks the Jake will unhook himself and use the endurance to make it to gate. The survivors are just splitting gates. The Blight is trying to grasp any straws he possibly can get. He does get the down though. This is going to get him from 3 stages to 5 or 6 stages if the Blight plays this incredibly well. The Blight seems to be slugging, just committing to that Jake Park player. That's going to just make the Deliverance hurt all the more when the Blight gets hit by it. So the survivors are going for the pickup, and they're probably likely going to open the gate right behind them while the Blight gets looped. The window's blocked. This could be bad for them, but the Blight decides, I don't want to commit. I need to prevent this door from opening, and I need to get Ada down or Claudette. Jake keeping the pressure up though. The Jake is playing out of his freaking mind right now. Now, what's
kept on pressuring that kid, he could have. He basically allowed them to open up that other gate, and
Exactly.
maybe had been able to reset.
It was a no-win situation for the Blight. The Blight couldn't leave that gate because Jake would open it, but the Blight couldn't go to the other one for the same reason. And that's a 4 stages. Oh,
4
shit.
hooks.
Hold on. Yeah. 4 hooks.
Does a death count as a hook? I was trying to ask that.
Yes.
Gotcha. So that seems to be another win for the first set of Team
Let me just fix the hook.
Senzu.
Another win. Team Senzu is going to have an incredibly easy time in Killer. All they have to do is kill 2 survivors. They don't even need to kill 2 survivors. They need to kill 1 survivor and hook 2 more times. The team...
Now, I wonder who is going to be playing as Blight for Team Senzu. I have a couple people in mind, but I do not know.
Yeah, whoever they pick for Blight is going to have quite the easy time. It's very hard
Wow.
because Team Fortune only got 4 hooks, which means all the Blight has to do is kill 1 person and hook 2 more times after that, which against the Blight is near impossible. It's going to be nearly impossible for Team Fortune to pull this through, but we can have faith despite that fact. If they play 100% perfectly, they could just barely scrape by with enough to win.
What makes you think you're hoping for our team to lose?
I try to keep it fair. I try to keep it unbiased, but even so, it's going to be very, very hard for Team Fortune to pull it through.
I just got the candy weapon for the Kursuet.
Very cool.
Everyone give me a big hand.
Congrats on the candy weapon.
Thank you. Thank you. These candy weapons are pretty good. My favorite one might just be the Doctor's. No, my
I'd
favorite
need to
one
look
is
at them again.
actually the Plagues. The Plagues is my favorite. It's a whole gumball machine.
That does sound kind of fire. I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. The Plague sounds like the best
It's
just
a
by the description.
It's a
I've seen the
whole
others.
gumball machine and just swings into the people's face.
That is
And
pretty
then
funny.
The Huntress has a gumball machine on the piece that connects the blades, which is pretty cool. But sadly, it's just a PNG of
Yeah,
the
the
stuff.
PNGs are what
It's
kills
not
it.
actual. It's not an actual gumball, so it would be.
It would
pretty
probably
cool
take a
if it
lot to load, though, because spears have a lot of corners. Polygons, yeah, that's the word.
Triangles. I bet it's triangles, not polygons. But no, the thing is Dead by Daylight is one of those games where they model everything to the exact thing. There's nothing that's like just like, oh, let's just make this one big thing. Because especially you can see that with Deathslinger when he's able to shoot through tiny little cracks of a building.
That's true and also not true. Their hitboxes can be very good and very accurate, but they can also not be on certain other maps. Because on Coldwind, Deathlinger just can't shoot through the fence posts in Maine. But he can on other maps. It's very hit or miss with this game.
This is who we're having. Okay.
It is going to be a very easy time for Team Senzu to take the top.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't let that laxed attitude get to them. Otherwise, they're going to not play at peak performance, perhaps, potentially.
We cannot toot our own horns. We cannot we cannot shine our own shoes. We cannot. What are the other terms for being boasting? We cannot stroke our own glicks. And you're talking to one of the in our one of our hosts is one of the Glick masters.
Yeah.
He takes down pork rockets like it's nothing.
I have not eaten a hot dog in like years. I don't know what you're on
What are
about.
they called?
Glicks.
No.
The
pistols, buddy.
the pork pistols are out of ammunition, as I've not eaten one in forever, just because I don't want to figure out how to work a as seen on TV grill.
You do not need a grill. You can boil a fucking.
Yeah, I'm fucking good with the boiled hot dogs, buddy.
Hey, they're pretty good. Don't knock them till you try them, buddy.
You want me to try? That sounds like the most basic thing
Amazing
ever.
thing. Yeah, it's basic until you actually fucking.
Frank's in an ocean.
Yes, Frank's in an ocean, in a tub. Frank's in a tub, buddy.
Boiled pork
Frank's in a
barrels.
hot tub. Yes.
Hot tub Frank machine.
Yes, hot tub Frank machine.
Anyways, all right, we're gonna lock back in as we are loading into the second match.
The Glick Germinator.
I said we're locking back in. Let me just test to make sure this is right. Yep.
The pork bubbler.
Anyways, team, we're locking in officially. Like, I'm serious. We need to lock back in. No more pork talk.
The hammy heater.
All right, you get one more, since we're still loading. One more.
The Frankenfurt.
All right, team. Team Fortune spawns Shack side with a 3-gen corrupted. That's going to be big for the Blight. The Blight opts to run Dying Light instead of Infectious Fright, which is a very interesting choice. Holy. Okay, give me just 1 second. Infectious Fright is a staple on Blight because it gives him such valuable information, and he can rush there and be already there before the bubble is even gone, which makes it a very good perk on him. Blight finds somebody out of rotation rather quickly, making this chase start relatively early. But he gets the whiff on the pallet. That's just such a hard thing to hit as Blight that it's bound to happen eventually. This Blight zones.
The Blight has chose to use Black Ice for his combo.
The Blight has unlocked Black Ice, which is fire. But they don't keep the window in
He's been
time.
playing the game for a very long time.
Yes. 100% correct, Amy. The Blight decides to swap targets, going for somebody else rotating. Not a bad call at all. Chasing in Shack to make it a dead zone. Chasing at bottom side to make it a dead zone. It was a good play. But rotating could also work. And as seen here, it works stupendously, getting him such an early chase hit. The lore is going to rotate bottom. The smart play for Team Fortune, as nobody should be bottom unless they're resetting due to corrupt intervention. Team Laura tries to stealth. They try to do a little scratch mark swap, but Laura is forced to play this 50-50, which they're going to go down on eventually, giving the Blight the early down.
This is
A great start.
Blight.
I see. First stage coming in for Blight at 5 gens. Very good. Sorry about that shot. Technical difficulty. First gen pops for Team Fortune. They're rotating. But the Blight is just trying to catch somebody out of rotation. But they can't find anybody, so they just go back to the unhook. It looks like the Resurgence comes into play, though, giving this Laura what would have been already a down, a free hit, thanks to Resurgence. Yep, Resurgence coming into play here. And now the Laura just wants to keep chasing this side. All the Blight has to do is tunnel out and hook 2 more times, which is very easy for a Blight due to his high level. Call it Brian giving value here, but the Blight is just going to hard commit to this Laura. Just to get that easy win con. The Blight gets a nasty hit around the rock. with an insane flick that's really hard to do on Blight. The team is trying to do anything they can to avoid this tunnel out, but it's just not working out.
And this moves us on to 2 hooks.
The Blight finds the Yui and gets a nasty hit before Chase even starts. This is going to do wonders for the Blight. The Blight decides to use Call of Brine. Eruption was unfortunately on cooldown, but the Call of Brine is still going to do work if they're chasing the person that was trying to commit to this gen.
This Blight's game sense
This Blight's game sense is on the point. I 100% agree, Yumi. I forgot the A. This guy knows ball.
This guy knows ball. Who is it?
Put easy down with the person still on hook. This is going to give the Blight so much pressure. They decide to instinct pick, knowing the unhook is going to happen right when they do, which is what they opt to do over that. But the FTP comes into play due to Blight being so nearby. But he just uses FTP to get the down on the person that was injured and broken. He's going to leave them slugged, though, because he's more interested in getting the Laura out of the game and keeping the pressure for this team up. He is 2 hooks off from getting WinCon. Let me update that. 2 hooks off from getting WinCon. So all he needs to do is hook 2 more people.
Subscribe.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken. If the survivors get a 4 out with a few hook stages, they should win. But 1 more hook is all it's going to take for this Blight to get the win. Then all he needs to do is prevent at least, I think, 1 out. No, the survivors need. I think I'm pretty sure I'm right. The survivors need to get a 4 out before 5 hook stages, which is very tough, especially since they're already 1 away.
I believe the Team Senzu will have this in the bag.
All Team Senzu. Yeah. Since this is our first time, we still need to get a better idea of what exactly can happen to get the survivors to win, but I'm pretty sure we're on the mark. All the Blight needs to do is camp this out to 2nd stage, and he's gotten the W. That's all he needs to do. If 1 person dies, the game's in wraps. Team Senzu takes the dub. Like, he tries to get the double vault. Doesn't quite work the first time, so he just decides to go right back to that hook and get his last stage. Survivor on the left, which he hears and he spots. This is going to be... This is pretty much impossible for Team Fortune at this point, because the down is coming right now. Team Senzu taking... The eruption value has been insane this match, I agree.
Oh, he hasn't hooked him yet, so...
But I do believe there was a 2nd survivor on that gen. Nope, they were just nearby. The spectator audio is a lot louder, so sometimes it makes it seem like that. Looks like Team Senzu is just playing for fun now at this point, really. Getting the 2nd down, putting just so much more pressure onto the team. But they do get the pickup, though.
Oh, he's going for freshes right now. He's going for all people to get hook stakes right now.
Perhaps. Possibly more for sure. Using up his rush for a shorter recovery to break that and breaking that pallet, getting maximum value out of his ability. The survivors pop the 3 gen, but with the position they're in, it might not last much longer than that. Blight just looking for that rotate, doesn't find them on that side, so he knows they must be on the other side, which is correct. And he gets the insane max rush, max range hit. An unbelievable performance from the Blight, securing the W.
Oh, and that's... What is that? That's slippery meat, right? No, that's deliverance.
Deliverance play coming in, giving the team just a little bit more to work with. A little bit pressure off their back, but the Blight is right on top of their trail, just due to the nature of Blight's ability.
Just shy of that.
Now, I believe Team Senzu has gotten the win already, if I'm not mistaken. But even so, this is not looking good for Team Fortune. It's looking like a 5, or excuse me, it's looking like a 4K2. I did not mean to do that. Looking like a, yep, it's looking like a 4K2 for this team. I don't think they have, what was that, Dead Hard? Dead Hard made for this.
No, that was not Dead Hard.
It was Dead Hard.
That was just, they just got off the hook.
Oh.
So they had the endurance bleed.
I see. Yeah, I got booted for a few seconds, so that's unfortunate. But I'm sure you guys saw it clearly on Uni's side. But he just keeps the pressure up. He swaps targets. He knows when to swap, and he knows when to swap, and he knows exactly why he wants to swap because he can get a short down on this Laura, who is not in a great spot.
This would be the 8th.
You are correct, Uni. Thank you for updating me. The 8th hook for Team Senzu. And
This would be the 4th gen done.
thank you, Unintel as well. I actually have not been keeping Team Fortune updated.
Okay, just don't let it happen again. It seems like no better.
And I believe, I'm pretty positive. Alright, buddy. I'll give you credit where credit is due. You are keeping better track than I am. But yes,
Keeping better track, you were just talking a lot.
that's our job. We are literal commentators.
I wish I could get a word in, but yeah, we didn't get that.
Alright, go ahead. Alright, you take the reins then.
Alright, I'll take the bull by its horns. He's now chasing. He's chasing you. He's going on an easy loop right now at Water Tower. This is not easy one for you.
This is pretty much wraps for them.
Yeah, it's just as immediately. It's pretty much done here. He's gonna go for Yui. He's gonna down her.
I'm pretty sure Team Fortune is well aware of the situation.
Yeah, everyone's now also. It seems that they've just given up. At this point, we're gonna be handing you pink slips.
No, they haven't given up. They're still fighting.
Oh yeah, they're resetting now.
What might have looked like a give up might have just been a bad call out and leading him to find a reset, so they had to play very carefully. That could have been what it was.
What does Dying Light do? It makes things slower healing.
Dying Light makes actions every time he hooks non-obsession up to 8 times. It's going to make pretty much every action in this game, including repairing generators, slower for everybody except for the obsession, who gets a speed boost to only healing and other non-generator actions. They do generators at the normal speed, but everybody else does it slower, giving that Blight just all the extra time they need to secure a W. It's like the Claudette's opting to reset, Zarina's just stealthing so they don't get an early tag, and the Blight's just patrolling generators to make sure that last one doesn't pop.
By the way.
Thank you.
2 more hook states and
2 more hook sticks and the game is over. I'm pretty sure the game has been over for a long time though. If I know my right.
getting Eruption and Call of Brian. Pretty sure what he's been
Just for
doing.
that later value. Going far. Looks like the survivor gets right back on the generator though. Unfortunately, the obsession, so they don't get the penalty for repairing. It looks like they're just splitting pressure right now, trying to take
Water
what they can
Tower.
get.
You have Water Tower and Main.
Correct.
It seems to be that he now knows.
He sees the water tower generator has been progress, so he knows somebody's lurking in the area. But he just can't pinpoint exactly where. Could it be a locker head on play?
Probably in those lockers.
That is not true. She has long since left. She just walked away. The equivalent of pre-running.
He should travel to Maine to go find that person.
It's like he just barely doesn't catch that Zarina. It would be very impressive from this team if they got one more generator out, but it is highly unlikely, just due to the nature of Blight's strength. He can just check so fast. So unless he just doesn't find them about 10 or 15 more times, which is highly unlikely, They can't really get this done. Call of Brian is doing work regressing the generator.
Oh, he's not
But
on
he does spot. That's her name, Sheva. He does
Yep,
spot.
that's Sheva.
I thought that was Arena. He does spot Sheva, and he's
Sheva
getting
is
that
from
pressure
the
back up.
Hey, Resident Evil 5. She partners up with Chris Redfield to fight against Wesker.
Renfield.
Chris Redfield.
Getting that live value while
But
Claude
Light's
works on
not-
the gen. But Dying Light is doing work, making sure Claudette can't get that gen out at a good speed. He gets the nasty hit around the corner once again. Team Sensu's Blight is incredibly strong.
Oh, he could have followed through down to the shot.
He could have, but he doesn't need to. He's just playing it safe because he knows he's already won this game. He's just playing it safe, doing what he knows he can do beyond a shadow of a doubt. Just pressuring the gens, getting tags where he can. So he's saying back to water tower.
Water tower. Claudette is sneaking around the right. She's hiding at the lockers on the other side of that water tower. Light does not seem to know. Yep.
Seems like, yeah.
Believing that they have pre-ran. Or he's double backing now.
Nope,
to-
looks like he does. It looks like he does spot Claudette. Yep, he spots Claudette, and he's just gonna go for that. Get the tags where he can, because he knows it's gonna be impossible for them, the Survivor team, to reset. Which is just gonna keep the pressure up. The pressure has been consistently high for the Survivor team. And he gets the grab,
He gets the grab.
getting the 11th
This will be
hook.
11th.
Yep.
Unless there's somehow a magical save. He seems to be bringing her nowhere. Oh, and he missed it. Now he's running the shack to go to close hatch.
Hatch doesn't matter if they don't complete this last generator, by the way.
But might as well close it so he can get the last kill. For
Yep.
more.
Survivor team knows very well
Right.
that the game is already in wraps.
And he has a very good gate spawn right now. Oh, there she is.
Yep, they're just having fun.
There's no fun. There's no fun in the
And it is wraps. Team Senzu taking the W in their first team versus team ever. Unbelievable. 4-4 versus 5-12. Or excuse me, 5-4 versus 4-12. That will give Team Senzu the W. An unbelievable performance from both teams, but Team Fortune just couldn't keep the pressure up.
Round 2 will be going to Team Senzu.
Both rounds will be going to Team Senzu.
Yep. And it seems now that we will not. Oh god. Need to go to
I
tiebreaker.
think the tiebreaker will be unnecessary. I will ask.
So what now?
We done, that's what. Before I let you go, let's see if we want to do a post-game interview from Team Senzu. Just double check. Okay, so you guys are unmuted. You guys are on the stream. How is it? So, just post game interview time. How was that? How did that feel for you guys?
Shit. My fault. It was lit. It was lit.
I think
Yeah.
we all played pretty strongly.
Yeah, I
It was
agree.
good.
You kept the pressure
except
up.
for Rail. Except for Rail.
You guys kept the pressure up. Rotated it everywhere you needed to be, right when you needed to be there, and with an insane performance from the killer on both matches.
Our big boy assist. He's getting pizza.
No,
I'm here.
you wanna
I'm
so
right
you really
here.
just like went to gobble in the post interview?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gobbling. You B word.
So, assist. Did you want to say anything about your killer matches both of those times? Did you want to leave any comments or notes?
I got lucky because I'm shitty.
Now, we all know that's not true. Because we all watched the same matches here. It was a great performance.
Yeah.
The pressure
this
was
is the
insane.
greatest killer I've ever played with. The greatest killer I've ever played with.
Yo,
100%.
holy glaze.
I guess I'll be switching over to Oni.
Yep.
Wish me
Yeah.
luck.
Yo, Noah, weren't you just making
Oh,
fun
you
of
got it,
Rel
bro.
for glazing me last night?
See,
I
what is
didn't, since we
different
were
when
playing
I
this,
go-
I didn't have anything for y'all to do after, so we could practice after this, or y'all are free to go if y'all wanted to.
I'll be in Killer VC.
No offense, but I am not practicing after this.
That is totally y'all call.
All right, I'm going to swap back to
I work-
spectator if we're doing an Oni one.
Yep.
Alright. Wait.
Where's it? Wait. Cool.
Yes.
Where is this getting posted to?
I wasn't able to get access to the Senzu on time. It's on the Senzu Twitch, and it'll be on my YouTube as a VOD, which I will work on posting to Team Senzu official YouTube channel.
Okay.
Cool.
Because I need to watch that game. That Wesker game.
Yeah, I only missed a few things when I was spectating,
wait.
but I didn't miss much.
Are our mics being recorded?
Right now, yes.
That's why I
What do you think of the hug tech?
The hug texts
On
were
6.
insane. Like that, you're talking about the one, yeah, that was an
The
insane
one on
hug
6 on
tech.
the UE?
I'm pretty positive you can hear me and Uni pop off.
See, I need to watch that, bro, because we all did our big one. We all
Cool.
did
Could
our
you do me a
big-
favor? Could you run over there to Uni real quick and make sure he has it on Cold Tower 1, please?
Sorry?
Is he not gonna hop in here?
I thought he was, but he left, so I guess he didn't want to
went to
have y'all
VC.
jibber
He
jabbing
said
in his ear.
he's in Killer VC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let him do him, yeah.
Okay, here he is. He's in here now.
Uni.
You did get it on Cold Tower 1, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
now
I
I'm going to
wanna
head
make
back
sure.
to spectator.
Labeled.
All
Yeah,
right,
you're
you
not
got-
the one labeled.
all right, cool.
All right.
Yo, send that to me personally, cool.
All right, I'll do that. I'll send it to you personally.
Thank
Hey,
thank
cool.
thank
Do you want a co-caster?
Sorry?
Shit, I could
You
be
want
one.
a
I could be one. I
co-caster?
could be.
You have to watch.
Yeah,
the
you can
Put it
co-cast
with
if you
them.
want.
Y'all go.
I-
Bye.
I wanna be one,
I've been
yeah.
a caster.
Fuck,
I've been a
hell
caster
no.
before.
Everybody is
I
speaking
want
at
to be
once.
one.
But we can't control
I've
him.
been
So.
I have been a caster before in other tournaments, so like. I
Yeah,
know what I'm
it's-
doing. You can
Okay,
just-
But,
that's
but
fine.
if,
You can
if
just drag
assist
me.
leaves, y'all gonna
Yeah, I'll
have to
drag
go
you.
check in the stream because nobody else can stream it.
Yeah.
Honkers.
All right.
Yeah, my bad.
So the team does want to run the
You
Oni
screen
set. Yeah, I can screen share. Hang on.
Because I'm not in the lobby. So.
All right, I got you.
Thank you.
Anyways, Team Fortune has agreed to do the Oni set, despite Team Sensu already taking the dub in the Team team. They're going to do the Oni round anyways, just for fun. So we'll see how that goes. Did you want to provide any overview for those rounds while we wait for them to get it set up?
For what, for the first two ones?
Any of them, really. As Survivor or Killer.
I mean, well, for the Blight set, we just had it so that we were split half and half on the left side and the right side of the map. And whichever side he picked, the Killer picked or whatever, the Blight, those two would stay bottom, and the other two that were not occupied would go top, and we just stayed two split like the entire game.
And that's
So we just had an immense amount of pressure
I noticed that.
on Jen.
Yeah, I noticed that in the Wesker set too. Every time the Wesker would try and commit somebody, one person would go top and the rest would just stay bottom, or vice versa. which worked out in our favor because we took the dub both times. Hello.
The reason it's taking so long because the guy that they thought they were gonna have is yeah, they're getting another guy because the guy that they initially had fell asleep. So
Oh, rip. That's fine.
yeah.
We have a lot to talk
They're all
about
here.
from those performances for sure, so we're good over here.
Yeah, I'll definitely after this. I guess we'll go to Captain's VC unless they're one that's still practice. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll
Alright.
figure all that out after. Okay. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Something about. Oh yeah, the blight. So if I'm not mistaken, the second you got your 5th hook, the game was over. You had already won, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, it was when I got the 4th hook.
When you got the 4th hook, we might have had a missed call then because Uni was keeping track of the states. But yeah.
Well, when I got the 4th hook, it was a 3rd fresh. So even if I didn't get another hook for the rest of the game, I still would have won because I would have had more fresh hooks than the other guy. The other guy had 2 fresh hooks and I had 3.
I see. So the fresh hooks
that
also,
point.
the fresh hooks take into play. So fresh hooks are kind of like worth more.
So the way that goes is it goes off of generator points first. So whoever does the most amount of gens, whichever survivor team does the most amount of gens, they take the set. If those two are tied, it goes off of how many hooks each team has, like in total. So for example, I got 12 and for the Wesker set or Blight set, and then their killers got, I think it was 4 for both set. I think it was 4 for
It's
both.
4 or
I think.
5, yeah.
4 or 5, but like it would go off of that, and if those are tied, then it goes off of how many fresh hooks each people had. So like, let's say if I had 7, let's say I had 7 hooks and he had 7 hooks, and I had like 3 fresh hooks, but that guy had like fucking 4. He had 4 fresh hooks, and I had 3. He would win because he had 4 fresh hooks. He had more fresh hooks than me. His point system, his points are more valuable than mine, so he would win that set.
Okay, I was wondering.
And it looks like we got the bear skin coming out.
And we have the bear skin coming out. Uni, our previous co-caster on Killer, looks like he's not quite sure what the Claudette's doing. Claudette is basically baiting the chase for that balanced landing play, but Uni is going to focus them anyways despite that. Which, quick first chase, but you need a quick first hit as Oni to really thrive. Gonna get the BAM set up, either forcing the pallet or the rotate. The Claudette's gonna opt for the rotate due to the fact that puts him in a better position. The insta break coming in, Claudette choosing to run that jungle gym just so they get the second pallet down. Looks like the BAM was up by the time they got to that though. So they're just gonna rotate back to Shack, playing comfortably with some distance. Just gonna play around this tile till they need to drop, and then likely rotate Shack, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for sure. Ideally, you want chase. The first chase for Oni sets, you ideally want it to be towards either Shack or main, and you want to make sure it reaches there because then the Oni has to do this exactly, or he has to leave. You can't commit because it's such a strong tile, so he has to leave.
He has to leave, and that's exactly what he does, finding one of the generators that the Zarina is working on, going for that early hit just so he can start pumping up his power. But the Zarina's just playing the pallet safe. The Oni will break reasonably, puts pressure on that generator. Likely applying Eruption, as I'm correct, but they make it to Shack in that time, so the Oni is going to swap targets again. This might be rough for the Oni just due to that lack of hit. He just needs to get a tag somewhere, somehow. But he's playing it slow, applying Eruptions, looking for some later investment, hopefully a short hit, or even if a short chase if he's lucky. Looks like we're predicting the BAM, which will be good if he zones this person to that area relatively shortly, which might be in the works here. Yep, he's going to zone him there, and the window's already blocked from BAM.
So this is good. That was good, but it's just that he has another filler here, so he gets that filler.
Yep,
Unfortunately.
density. First gen pops. Second gen 75.
A lot of gen pressure from the survivors here.
Yep, survivors are getting some nice gen pressure, just
Wow, greeting that pallet.
because of the lack of
Barely
reading
getting
a
away
pallet,
with
but
it.
it works. They just barely get away with it, but it works in the end, and that's all that matters.
Her mouse is on screen, by the way.
Oh, you can see that? Damn, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
The whole time? That's very disappointing.
And the first tag comes in at 3 gens,
First tag at 3 gens.
which isn't like a game-ending thing.
But
Oni has the potential to 4K faster than any killer in the game. So
it is true. The
if
snowball
anything
potential
can
in Oni-
happen in any set, it's this set. Oni sets can be some of the most unpredictable sets in the entire game. So.
That is very true. The snowball potential on this killer is insane, but you need the game.
So it looks like
knowledge.
the killer's gonna activate power here and go towards 10, which he's gonna catch someone out.
Yep, he's gonna catch somebody out. This
They're
pallet's
running to a
already
place.
gone.
Running to a place with no pallet, and Survivor outplays the power first, but pumping on nothing but air. Very unfortunate for her there.
Canceling the power for better control. Claudette hops right back on the gen. Maybe they were hoping they don't even expect that, but he checked it back again anyways, which might work out for him.
Claudette winning that 50.
Claudette winning
Dodging with the
that
locker, they're gonna outrun the power!
They outran the power with just by the skin of their teeth with that locker tech. But the more tags, the merrier. Team, looks like we're gonna commit this Claudette, which isn't a bad idea. We do need to get something on the board here for Team Senzu, because we're already down to 1 gen. This is getting rougher and rougher for our own player. If they don't get at least 3
Oh
hooks
my.
on the board, this will be incredibly hard for Team Senzu to follow up survivor-wise. He reads the fake though. He reads the read.
This is a pallet save. This is gonna be a pallet save game, probably.
No pallets.
It was a bluff. Never mind.
They're just hard
They
focusing
were
gens.
bluffing.
The pain res is going to come in, but if they're doubling up, that may not make much of a difference. So they're slowly rotating for the save. Power is up. This could be a very hard save. We're insta-popping to check on generators. We do see somebody. Are we going to commit them, though? Yes, we are. This could be a down. And it is a down. Now, this Oni's either going to insta-pick or they're going to go right to the unknown. They decide to insta-pick just to get those states on the board, making it as easy as it can be for Team Senzu with the current
Got another pain res here.
conditions in mind. And it is another pain
This
res.
is good
That
for the
is
killer.
right. The entire team, the team figured he was going to pressure the hook, but that does put them out of rotation, giving the pain res some regression value. And due to the insta pickup, the power is already pretty much back. With the unhook orbs and just the orb economy lying around the map. Fortunately though, not a lot of them are here. Looks like we're going to put some more pressure on the board. Get the more hooks the better.
Ideally, you're looking for fresh hooks at this point. So, ideally, you're going to be looking for the Sheva or the Dwight at this point.
The Sheva and the Dwight very well know this. They're going for stealthy head-on plays. The other just going for gen
someone's in
prod
that
around the
locker?
map. I will say,
The Walker's going to come
the
through
Walker's
head on
gonna-
Sheva.
head-on comes through, but he could just pop power and tunnel them out. Or not tunnel them out. Get the fresh hook. Which it seems like maybe a... No, we're just going to go straight for the injury.
Looks like he's gonna go for the Yui here. Yeah.
Which isn't an awful idea. If the down is quick,
I just
that could
realized
work.
second stage happened on the person on hook here, which
We're
means
all
they're
right.
going
We
for a
get second
gen.
stage.
They're not playing for save. They're playing
Yeah,
for a
the
gen.
Dwight's playing for gen, but the Oni is checking all the gens right now.
But
does he miss the gen?
He didn't find the Dwight.
No, he's going for the hook. He's securing the K. Claudette endurance coming through, but that may not buy her as much time as she thinks in power.
The down on this Claudette needs to be quick.
Does need to be quick. If we're going to tunnel out, the down just
Oh,
needs
it's
to
not
be
gonna come
quick.
through.
Power, unfortunately, is gone, though. Pressuring gens may be the play here. He might have just misheard. He might have not heard that generator. So progress. Otherwise, the eruption would have came through. We have BAM on one of the TL windows. Like the tunnel out seems to be what's going to happen here, giving them a 3-out, or we swap targets. It looks like we're putting pressure on them now. Which a fresh hook is definitely worth going for at this stage of the game. They could just take the 2-out, or they could play altruistic. Let's see.
Ideally, the killer player should be looking for getting the shove. Oh, no, we picked up. Never mind.
Looks like they're going to reset.
Ideally, you want the shovel there, but shovel was in a good spot. She did have that pallet at 1. It wasn't gone yet. She was
4
pretty safe.
stages. It's like we're just looking, but the 3-out happens, making it a 4-stage 5 for Team Fortune.
1K4 for all 5 gens.
4. Right. 5. I will need to add stuff. If first hooks matter, I do need to add another thing for first hooks. But a struggle round for the Oni, securing only 4 stages. This is going to make the win con for Team Senzu very hard. We get the tiebreaker. Lined up